World Ablaze, the allegedly historically accurate Hearts of Iron 4 overhaul mod, and for those of you who don't know, historically accurate is code for unplayable. Previously on the channel, I've beaten the game as Russia, beaten the game as Germany, and both times the devs have gone back and patched the exact strategy that I used. Can I survive the mod as France? Let's find out. So the reasons this country is absolutely terrible is immediately apparent. First of all, 0 war support and 31% stability. And just taking a look at our national spirits, with the sheer amount of red, you can tell that we are in very, very deep trouble. In particular, disjointed government now gives minus 50% construction speed. So, I don't think we're gonna be building anything. In fact, this country is so terrible that on the official World Ablaze guide, the entire political section for France is all about how you can keep the most troops after you surrender. Always a good sign when you're playing a video game and the developers don't even want you to win. Oh, and did I mention I have two absolutely terrible army advisors which I cannot even fire? Where's the Great Purge when you need it, honestly? Because this guy could do with some purging, I'm telling you, Stalin. All of our best focuses are locked behind removing disjointed government, and in order to do that, we need 90% support for the ruling party. What even is this prerequisite? Like, what country has 90% party popularity other than, like, fucking North Korea, let alone France? As stupid as this is, we basically have to get rid of disjointed government, because according to the developers, if you don't become North Korea, you can't do anything. Yeah, that's definitely historically accurate. And to add insult to injury, the cost of anti-ideology raids have been doubled, and the cost of banning ideologies has been increased by 50%. And remind me what my PP gain is again? As is typical with World Ablaze, we have a bunch of shopping lists of things we need to do. Most of these rewards are pretty terrible. The only rewards that I really care about is the ton of political power here, and unfortunately these require us to make light support tanks and light tanks, which let's just say are not the most effective weapons against Germany, but I really need political power. With that in mind, I'm going to basically tell every single other production line to go suck it, because we are diverting all of our production into light tanks and light support tanks. Oh god. I don't even know if I should bother with construction. I mean, look at that. So let's do our spy agency. The only redeeming factor for France is that you have a lot of research slots, so that's going to go into industry. We're also going to research planes, which might be strange since I'm not making an air force, but in this mod, MIOs actually give you extra factory output, and researching upgrades are MIOs, and let's just say I desperately need extra factory output. Researching with MIOs also normally costs political power, but as a wise man once said, if you're broke, you can't go into debt, or something like that. 5 speed, go. And as is typical with France, we got politicians getting, I think, blown up. Like, bro is not doing well, and 5 more stability. Are you kidding me? We're one of the most industrialized nations on Earth right now, and 21 of our military factories can't even produce half a tank per day. What the hell even is this? Totally historical, by the way. So I've immediately rushed down the political branch of our focus tree, and if you're wondering why, yeah, this is why. Minus 0.5 weekly stability, minus 80% factory output. Why are we still here? Totally historical. Okay, this time it is actually kind of historical. Luckily, we can get rid of them pretty easily. Unfortunately, we will get the Matignon agreements, which, also suck, so that's one extra terrible national spirit to add to the collection. And if you thought getting 90% party popularity was gonna be too easy, well, don't you worry, the devs have plenty more bullshit up their sleeves. Before I've even had the chance to do a single anti-ideology raid, we got 10% more fascism support. We're gonna be here for hours. Now, remember the same World Ablaze guide that said we should literally just surrender? Now, the same guide said that it's not possible to remove disjointed governments until May 1940, by which time it's too late, but I am going to prove them wrong, because the first advisor we're gonna get is this guy over here, human rights activist, reduces communism and fascism support by 0.01 per day. Yeah, okay, that's pretty terrible, but you know what? They say every little bit matters, alright? We're getting this guy. I could get the silent workhorse first, but nuh-uh, we are purging the freaking commies. Our construction speed is truly terrible. I mean, a goddamn steel mill takes over a year to build. How the hell are we supposed to finish any of these shopping lists? Literally me at the store when I realized I forgot my wallet. Oh wow, 20% construction speed from a focus? That's gotta be pretty good, right? Remind me what our entire debuff is again. And this is what I mean about MILs. Look at that huge amount of factory output. Our factory output is nearly positive. Wow. Fascism banned. 1 down, 2 to go. And our popularity is now 43%, somehow 2% lower than when we started. What the hell is this? Germany has done the Anschluss, raising world tension, allowing us to finally remove the Popular Front. You can't actually do anti-communist raids whilst the Popular Fronts are in power, and now that they are gone, you know what time it is. Off to the gulag! Me putting all of my political power into just purging people does mean our economy is basically in the toilet, 52% consumer goods, oh god. But removing disjointed government is the top priority. I've also just completed both of my light tank shopping lists, thank goodness for that. We can finally stop producing literal garbage. Let's get to producing some actual guns and artillery because I have been heavily neglecting my production lines. It's taken so long, but we finally have actual PP gain. It only took hiring like 4 different advisors. Oh yeah, and since we got rid of the Popular Front, the communists are now giving me minus 30% factory output. Oh god. Totally historical, by the way. On the bright side though, we've surpassed 60% popularity. Training in this mod is also so incredibly slow, 0.67% trading per day, and there are 15 total XP levels. Oh dear god. And if you thought the random boost for other ideologies was over, well, think again. 5% communism and minus 50 PP. Even after all of this, I'm still short of PP. It'll take more than that to stop me, though. Communism is officially banned. Finally, let's do the non-aligned. We're currently on 67 popularity. Anyway, we're gonna get 22% more popularity, and disjointed government will be gone. We have somehow managed to reach 200 army XP, which means we can reform our army doctrines. All of those debuffs gone. Germany has already gone after Poland. I haven't joined the war yet because I was still missing quite a lot of equipment, but I am gonna join now so I can get at least level 1 force down on the Belgian border, because before now, I've had this god-awful debuff, which basically made building forts pointless, and I need to join the war in order to fix it, so off we go. Luckily, thanks to the phony war, we still have like half a year to train our troops. Even the cheating World Ablaze AI cannot get through the Maginot Line. Level 15 forts, ain't nobody going through this. January 27, 1940, I've surpassed 90% popularity for the Democratic Party, which means we can do unify the government, removes disjointed government, alright? What was the official World Ablaze guide saying? I couldn't do this until May? Yeah, in your face, developers. I've literally been staring at a pie chart for the past 2 hours. What am I doing with my life? There we go. Unify the government is complete. The last of our negative national spirits has now been removed, and it only took 4 years, but our construction speed is finally above 0%. But more importantly, that has unlocked all of our good national focuses. Let's first purge our incompetent military. And 1.5 PP gain per day is absolutely beautiful. It's now April 1940. We are 1 month away from Fall-Gelb, the German invasion of the Benelux, so let's get our boys on the front line and start getting entrenched. Majority of our army is very well trained. Our division is very strong. We have strong piercing, strong anti-air, strong everything. We're now stacking on the bonuses. This has got to be enough to stop the Germans, right? Right? I really should just shut the hell up before the mod, like, strikes me with lightning. Let's now go and replace our originally terrible national character, Victors of the Great War, with this much better one, giving us 10% extra division attack and defense on core territory. We can now also go and get a better chief of the army. Make sure to never hire this dumbass again. Let's go get this guy, 10% division defense. So let me get this straight. Apparently you can't do anything as France until your government has 90% popularity. But once you get the popularity, fixing your entire outdated doctrine takes, 3 weeks? Totally historical, by the way. There goes the German invasion. We have like 20 days at best before the Benelux get completely shat on and the Germans smash into our lines. That should give us enough time to finish all of these OP focuses though. Yeah, Belgium's basically screwed. Historically, I'm supposed to be rushing my infantry into Belgium, but we all know how that went, so I ain't moving, okay? High command reform done, and just in time. That also reminds me to go and replace our terrible spirit of the division. Static warfare is truly horrendous, especially since it makes you pick the delay tactic, which is also terrible, so let's go with aggressive recon. This thing is better in every single way. Next, we're gonna embrace radio. Again, apparently it only takes 21 days to distribute radios to the entire French army. Totally historical. And definitely rigorously researched and cross-referenced to historical sources. first German attacks on our line, and we have 3,300 defense, 500 soft attack. Yeah, definitely not historical. The only really vulnerable tile is this one, because it can be attacked from 3 sides. We just gotta make sure to carefully reinforce it. Yeah, nothing I can really do about the bombing, though. They have 2,500 bombers. We don't even have like 1,000 planes in total, so my air force basically just doesn't exist. The casualty is already very lopsided, 100k versus 15k. Now that we've fully fixed our Joint Chief of Staff, we are completely chilling. Again, we just gotta keep microing this one tile, that's literally it. A large part of this is because if you fight on the very edge of an air zone like we are here, the AI just completely forgets to use its CAS. We are getting strap bombed, but these are not CAS planes. If the Germans were flying all their CAS against me, I would be so incredibly dead. Also, Italy's supposed to have joined the war, but clearly Mr. Tortellini is way too intimidated by my military successes. Spies are honestly the MVP here because they're reducing the German planning bonus by 94%. So if we look in here, their planning bonus is literally giving them less than 1% attack bonus. Our better intel also straight up is just giving us a 15% bonus on all of our stats, which is absolutely insane. Well, I spoke too soon because Italy has joined the war. Historically, Italy only joined in 1940 because France was literally about to surrender anyway. So, totally historical, guys. Don't question it. Germany has also decided to attack my level 15 Maginot line, and let's just say they ain't going anywhere. So, free casualties for me. Don't mind if I do. Yeah, and Italy's not going to do anything either. We have level 5 forts on the Alpine line. These are also mountain tiles. What are you doing, Tortellini? And now being August 1941, I think it's pretty safe to say that we won the Battle of France. I could honestly just declare victory right now, but that would be lame. So, what do you say we take a field trip to Italy? Sardinia has been captured, and now we go for the mainland. I'm gonna hit them at Genoa, and then we're gonna go up to the Swiss border, do the old Swiss border Alpine Italian encirclement gambit, whatever thing. This is too easy. Even in World Ablaze, you can still bully Italy. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's just like half the Italian army gone in the Alps. And now we can just push into the rest of Italy. There's like no resistance whatsoever. GG, Mussolini. And I'll be gladly taking all of that Italian industry, thank you very much. Germany is gonna be way harder. They've already taken like a bajillion casualties. Their economy should realistically be collapsing right now, considering they haven't really conquered that much. But obviously, this being World Ablaze, they are perfectly fine. Yeah, totally historical, guys. Totally historical. I did make some heavy tank divisions. They're gonna basically be my primary weapon. Our tanks might be busted, but the Germans are playing with straight up hacks because they got 3,000 defense, 1,800 soft attack on an infantry division. I'm actually so done. The AI had also built level 13 forts on the west wall, which again is totally historically accurate. This basically meant that I couldn't do a frontal assault into Germany, so employing the German strategy of going around, I decided to try and do a very ambitious encirclement of the entire German front line, going from Essen down to Frankfurt, through to Stuttgart, and to the Swiss border. But after I took Frankfurt, I basically stalled for 6 entire months because the German infantry would not stop attacking my flanks. Where they're getting all the equipment and manpower to attack me non-stop whilst I was running out of equipment, I have no idea. Probably summoned it from the Shadow Realm. After I fixed my own equipment deficits and reinforced our flanks, I finally managed to push down to Stuttgart and reach the Swiss border, closing the absolutely gigantic German encirclement of at least 150 divisions. And with the Soviets invading from the east, victory was within sight. Just one last thing, I had to do the race to Berlin. Gotta go fast. Gotta go fast. Gotta go fast, too fast. With over 11 million casualties inflicted on Germany, the war is won, and with that victory, yet another World Ablaze abomination has been defeated. And it turns out the peace deal is scripted, so I did all of that for nothing. Fucking hell.
I found the crown of France in the gutter and placed it atop my own head.